Thank you very much. And I would like to say something about the uh, commemoration, the 20th commemoration of the late Ahmed Shah Massoud, the national hero of Afghanistan. I apologize for not being able to be there in Italy to be with all of you. And at the same time, unfortunately, because of technical uh, problem that was disconnected, so I could not talk. But let me say what exactly commemoration means that time that we are on the 20th anniversary of Massoud, the national hero. We all know that 20 years ago, Massoud lost his life against terrorism. And he was the hero, he was the leader, he was a visionist, he wanted Afghanistan for Afghanistan. He was really kind of brave enough to stand against all the odds across the world, whoever was terrorism. And therefore, he lost his life for that cause. So it means that he really kind of struggled for a big cause, for a cause which all of us, we can see ourselves to be together with that cause. But since then, of course, today, once again, our country is facing a huge force of terrorism. Right now, at the moment in Afghanistan, the Taliban and terrorist network, they have really kind of brought the terrorist hub and they have transferred Afghanistan as a terrorist hub for all terrorist networks in the world. Unfortunately, the role of the Dr. Khalizad, the representative of the United States, that was an unfortunate case that he was really kind of paved the way for the terrorists to take over Afghanistan. I don't know whether it was his personal belief or he really acted on behalf of the United States. But whatever, what happened that the terrorists came to Afghanistan, the Taliban came to Afghanistan, now it's a big network there. So that terrorists at the moment kind of threaten not only the people of Afghanistan, because we have lost everything. There's nothing much to lose anyway, except to keep our country and our people as much as possible. But what really kind of matters is that now that terrorists will threaten the whole world community, definitely the people. So therefore, for us, with this today, is that we really have to draw a red line, that side is terrorist, extremist, those who are killing, who are violent, who are really kind of making suicide bombing, explosion, all of the bad things. And there, of course, their theology is based on that one. But this side is only humanity, those who believe in good values, in democracy, and human being, and good things. So we really have to make that red line to battle, to fight terrorism. I know that there are some government and some people, they are kind of what making excuses in order to have some sort of relation. They should not be excused. They should not be under no illusion, no doubt that Taliban is part of the terrorist network. They are not clean. They have not changed. They are like that. So therefore, they should not be under any illusion. I know that there are some politicians or some governments or some circle. They are trying to somehow say that, well, the Taliban have changed. They have not changed. They are terrorists. You can't see for the past few weeks their action, what they do, what they have been doing in Panjshir right now. They are kind of doing, summary execution of the people from village to village. They are forcing the people to flee their own homeland. They are kind of abandoning the people from the very essential food and other commodities. What they are doing in the rest of Afghanistan right now, they are doing selective killing and forcing the people to flee their homes so they can take over their home. They can break people's houses. They do not have, you can see that for the past few weeks that since they have taken over, they have not been able to really provide a very essential service, let alone the rest of the thing. You can't see from their composition of their cabinet. Look at the cabinet. From the same ethnicity, from one group of Taliban, most of them, they are terrorists, some of them drug lords, and some of them are in the blacklist of the Security Council. What sort of, that in itself represents what sort of force the Taliban is. So therefore, the only alternative which we can see in Afghanistan is the resistance, the national resistance of Afghanistan. That is the only alternative for freedom, to really kind of to take us away from there and to resist terrorism, to free our country, to really serve the humanity. So my appeal is that today, on this 20th anniversary of my late brother Massoud, my appeal is to all the people there, whoever hears me, especially that I could not attend that ceremony in Italy, that I heard a lot about the Italians, that they are opposing the extremists. They are opposing the terrorists. The government of Italy, the politician of Italy, the member of the parliament of Italy, they're all opposing the terrorists. So therefore, it's a really kind of, we are kind of inspired by this position. So we all have to get together to really fight terrorism. We should not let it go, especially that we should not kind of recognize this terrorist group. Because if we recognize that one, tomorrow that will be too late. So that is why we have to kind of warn our government not to recognize it. We have to really extend our sympathy and our aid to the people of Afghanistan. We really have to find a way to support the national resistance of Afghanistan for freedom and for liberation. We really have to get together to make our voice as loud as possible against terrorism everywhere, wherever it is. Yes, I know that the resistance in Panjshir, that was the initial move. But right now, at the moment, that resistance have really come out from the geography. Right now, it has really kind of covered the hearts and minds of the people. It is our idea. So it's becoming a national resistance everywhere. You can see the women of Afghanistan in the road. Everywhere they are raising their voice to support the resistance. You can see the younger generation who are very a strong voice of the Afghan people, and they have got a totally different value from the Taliban. They are raising their voice to support the resistance. The civil society, the engineers, doctors, the musicians, all of them, they are raising their voice to support the resistance. So therefore, the resistance at the moment is echoing across the world, and we really have to come together. That is our duty. That must be our duty, to fight terrorism and to be together with those who are for liberation, for essential right of the people, especially the poor people of Afghanistan who have been abandoned by the United States of America, by some Western countries, by NATO, who people of Afghanistan expected very high from them, but eventually they just completely abandoned the people of Afghanistan in a way that I could not describe what sort of situation is there. Therefore, we really have to be take it as a duty to see what we can do on the 20th anniversary of my late brother, of Massoud, the national hero of Afghanistan, how exactly we can really follow his guidance, his thoughts, his vision, his view about the future, about humanity, about Afghanistan, and all of that. Thank you very much. Thank you.